Have you ever felt in your life that you want to accomplish big things, you have big goals, but you don't know where to start? Or simply you just want to change your life, implement a new routine, or you simply also want to stop drinking alcohol all the time, want to stop going out all the time, those toxic habits that hold you back to access your next self. In order to build that, it always starts in your mind if you want to access your next level. Welcome to my channel. My name is Faces Attractive, and today I'm gonna teach you how to work on your mind and make sure that you access your next self and that you are self-improving as a person. In order to perfect and work on your mind the right way, you gotta think about it like a triangle. There's essentially three ways in order to perfectly work on your mind. You have to nourish your mind, you have to use your mind, and you have to empty your mind. Let's talk about nourishing your mind first. You can nourish your mind in different ways. Maybe find a book to read about self-improvement, about anything. Nourishing your mind is not only about self-improvement. Nourishing your mind can also be about science. It can also be about space. I know that for me, I'm very interested about space, about the atmosphere, about atoms, neutrons, about life outside of our planet. So you can choose whatever field you want to choose as long as you are in a quest of learning. Learn things about life, learn things about what's surrounding you, learn things about maybe history, because sometimes learning about the past can make you approach the future in a better way. The second way for me in order to nourish your mind is social interaction. We say most of the time that we are 90% the people we hang out the most with. That's why you have to cleanse your environment. That's why you have to filter your environment. You have to pay attention to the people you hang out with. This is true. If you hang out with people who have bad habits, who drink all the time, who play maybe video game all the time, or if you hang out with people who go to the gym all the time, you're gonna start doing that. You are the people you hang out with. That's why it's so important to clean your environment, to make sure that you walk around with like-minded people, or you walk around with the people who are going forward to where you wanna go. Let's say you wanna be an entrepreneur. The best way to be an entrepreneur is not necessarily to hang out with successful entrepreneurs, because if you just starting out, maybe you don't know where to find them, and that's okay. But you gotta hang out with like-minded people. You gotta hang out with people who wanna start their business too. Ask yourself, who are the people I hang out the most with? And then you ask yourself, who are they really? What type of habits do they really have? And then thirdly, you ask yourself, what type of habits do I have? And then on the fourth position, you ask yourself, what type of habits do I wanna have? Are those habits are gonna push me forward to the person I wanna be? And when you make that audit about yourself and about the people you hang out with, you're gonna realize that most of the time you're not doing the right thing. It always comes from within. The third step in order to nourish your environment is pay attention of what you're listening to. And what you're listening is literally everywhere, and it comes back to filtering your environment. If you hang out with people who always talk negatively, you're gonna keep having negative thoughts and negative mindset. You're never gonna accomplish anything. You're never gonna do anything, because you're gonna live in scarcity. You're gonna live in a negative vibe, in a negative frequency. You're not gonna be able to embrace your full potential. I love rap music, I love hip hop, etc. I really love it. But sometimes I was in a place of darkness without even realizing it. I was listening too much rap music about killing people. It can really affect your spirit and your mind in a bad way. And that's something you don't want to happen. You got those little frequencies and you don't even realize it. You don't even know where those come from. I go to the gym every morning, 6 a.m. I'm in the gym always. That's a commitment I made to myself. And I used to listen to rap music in the gym because you want to have that energy flowing when you push your weights, etc. So I used to listen to a lot of rap music. But I realized that I get way better knowledge when I listen to podcasts about mindset, about finance, about relationships, about social interactions. I literally work on my mind in two type of ways: by listening to podcasts and by going to the gym to work on my physique. And that leads me to the second point: empty your mind. And the best way to empty your mind is by exercising, by pushing your limits, by pushing weights, by maybe practice any kind of sports. You produce several hormones that are responsible for your happiness. You produce endorphin and you also produce dopamine. Those hormones are literally a game changer when it comes to happiness. So if you're not practicing any sport at this moment, I recommend you to do so. Keep me in touch, maybe in the comments, or you can come back in that video, or you can personally write me in my email and tell me if it actually works, because it worked for me. Since I started committing to practicing the gym all the time, going especially in the morning, I realized a drastic change in a way I felt things, in a way I viewed the world. The second way to empty your mind is meditation. I know maybe it sounds cliche, etc. You've heard it already. You hear it all the time, meditation, and maybe you're the kind of person who really don't believe in it. But meditation can really help you empty your mind. Meditating is not some type of guru type shit where you have to maybe light up some candles and try to dance around them, etc. No, meditation is a simple task. You just have to calm down, sit in your living room or in your bedroom, but in a calm area. You sit down, you close your eyes, and you think. You close your eyes and you think. You think about what? You think about what's making you feel good. That's what it's all about. Maybe you can think about your next project. Maybe you can think about you having dinner with your family and spending a great time together. Maybe you can think about having a nice dinner or a nice date with your girlfriend, with your soulmate. It's all about simplicity. Nothing is complicated in life. It all depends on how you view life. Nothing is complicated at all. So just sit down, sit back, relax. Think about the things that make you feel good. You do it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, every day or every 2 days, and you're gonna feel the difference. You're gonna see some little signs in your everyday life that you're gonna be like, whoa, that's crazy. I saw that in my thoughts when I was meditating. I'm gonna tell you about a story. During COVID, we were all locked in, nowhere to go out. That's when I really discovered and practiced meditation. I started meditating every day. I started thinking about how I could feel good and where I want to be. My meditating process was, I thought about a place where I could feel good, where I could feel comfortable, where I could feel secure. And that place was a specific place in Cameroon, in the city I was born and raised. It was called the Mont Febe. And I kept thinking about that specific area. And don't ask me why. I don't even know why. But every time I will try to think about something that will make me feel good, I will think about that specific area in Cameroon. And I don't know why. At that time, it was like 5 years I haven't been to my country. So it's been like 5 years. I haven't seen my mom, I haven't seen my sisters, etc., my siblings, and I was all alone in Europe. I kept thinking about that. My thoughts kept bringing me to that specific area where I was in my meditation sessions. Fast forward 1 year later, I bought a plane ticket to go back to my country in Cameroon in order to visit my family, and we were already down to 6 years without seeing each other. I remember I was in a car with my mom, and she told me, I'm gonna bring you somewhere. I'm telling you, she brought me to that exact same place I had in my thoughts while I was meditating a year before. I realized it once I was standing on those rocks, because as I was standing on the rocks of that mountain and I had the whole view of the city just in front of me, I realized that, whoa, life is crazy. I've seen it before. I've seen it in my head before. I've seen it in my thoughts before. Now, the third step into working on your mind is to use your mind. The best way to use your mind is actions. You have to set your goals and do the things you said you were going to do for yourself. That's the best way to use your mind. And when you're gonna start putting actions forward, the next thing you're gonna realize is you come across some difficulties. And if you come across some difficulties, there's two ways to go. Either you're gonna give up, or either you're gonna strive in, you're gonna push forward, you're gonna push in, you're gonna break those difficulties in order to go forward. And once you realize that everything is just there to sharpen your mind, whether it's good or bad, you have to realize that in order to sharpen your mind, you have to come across hard times, hardships, and that's when you're gonna readjust. That's why it is so important to start by actions. I gave you all of those different steps, but the first thing you have to do, the first step you have to apply all the time is actions. Because when you act, you come across difficulties. When you come across difficulties, you find ways to jump those hurdles. Once you start jumping several and few hurdles, you realize that you are literally sharpening your mind. You have to sharpen your mind to the point where you anticipate. That's literally crazy, because when you think about it, you will think that in order to work on your mind, you have to work on your thoughts, and it's not really like, it doesn't really correlate with the actions. But in reality, you have to act in order to work on your mind. Because only actions make you a better person. Only actions make you a better practicer. It's like different steps, different stages to it. And the only thing you don't want to do is skipping all those difficulties. Guys, I'm done for today's video. I hope my video helped you. I really want you to start the new year off right by working first on your mindset, because working on your mindset is the most important. Whether you want to be able to date, whether you want to be able to maybe start your own business, if you want to have a better life, just work on those things. Just work on those 3 areas, and you're gonna see how life is literally gonna change for you. Peace.